It's self-evident that if you're organizing a conference, okay, you just need money to pay for a venue, get the food, right? I mean, that's easy enough. So there's the financial financing that you need, but I think you're arguing that you need something beyond that, what you're calling social capital. So what does that mean?
Yeah, I think the clearest example of this is if you know no one in the prediction market and forecasting space, and you try to organize events in the forecasting prediction market space, no one is going to come because you know no one. And you can have all the money you want, but like if you don't know how to reach people and you have no way of saying, oh, I am this person, um, who can like do this sort of thing, then like you will have no buy-in, no legitimacy. Like Pratik, I think if you tried to organize an event in I'm not sure where you're from, but if you tried to organize an event, I think for sure you could get at least 10 or 20 or more, or however many you wanted people, because people know your name, people know who you are. And like I think you would have no problem accessing social capital. Um, but you need to have some sort of social capital in order to organize events and things that end up working well. And like that's not to say that's like some difficult thing to get. It's just like something that you need to get and not something that everyone knows how to get. Um, but like I think the clearest example of this is we have a sponsorship from SIG. Optic has a sponsorship from SIG. SIG is a investment company, sort of like Jane Street or whatever. But our sponsorship with SIG is like very definitely very beneficial for us in terms of financial capital, but it's also very beneficial for us in terms of social capital, because it means that we have substantial legitimacy with people who have never heard of forecasting. I can go up to an undergrad who's interested in going into quant and say, oh yeah, we're sponsored by SIG. And automatically they know that we have some sense of legitimacy. So I there's not like some ultimate point that I'm trying to get at, but like it's just like not just important to have enough money, but it's also important for people to know who you are, in order to create things that matter.
Yeah, so I think a takeaway here is that so I think the way that I would summarize your point is that in order to build a community in the space, you need capital, and
Hmm.
financial capital is an important part. One could argue maybe the most important thing, but certainly not the only thing. There are other kinds of capital, social capital being one of them, just having a good network, having wherewithal, having a brand. And so the point is that if you know how to raise money, or if you're in a position to give money, great. But if you're not, that shouldn't deter you into thinking you don't have value or something else in the space, even if you have a small Twitter following, or even if you just know people from different communities, that's immensely valuable.